Hello friends, and welcome to Escaping the Mouse with your host, me, Breck Roll. Alright, we're going to do another episode of Bites and Nibbles with Breck today. Today we are going to produce Cajun chicken and rice in the Instant Pot. I was looking for some sort of a chicken recipe today. Actually, somebody on the live stream today suggested maybe chicken and dumplings, and I was looking for that in my recipe books, and I found this instead. We'll go back to the chicken and dumplings at some point, but this sounded really good and I wanted to try this. So let's take a look at our ingredients. Alright, so here's the ingredients for our Cajun chicken and rice. Needless to say, you can't make Cajun chicken and rice without chicken and rice. We have a couple of onions, some bell peppers, a little paprika, thyme, cayenne pepper, a little tomato paste, some chicken broth, and a little olive oil. Let's get going. Now this recipe looks really good, and as I often do on these things, because I have such a large Instant Pot, I'm going to actually double the recipe. Alright, so I spent about an hour now chopping up my ingredients. All of this stuff needs to be chopped up, and you've seen me chop up stuff before. If you have any questions on how to do that, I'm sure you can Google it. But those are my bell peppers, my onions and garlic, my chicken. I've also mixed out my ingredients. This is a paprika, the cayenne pepper, and the thyme. So since those are all going to kind of go in quick order here, I wanted to get them all ready ahead of time, because you don't want to start cooking something and it's like, oh, now I got to chop this up, and it's ready now and I'm not. So like I said, a little prep work ahead of time is a good deal, and now we're ready to kind of go forward with this. So I'm going to start by putting my Instant Pot into saute mode. I'm going to press that button, and we're going to add a little olive oil. It says about a tablespoon, but since I'm doubling my recipe, it's going to be 2. And this isn't one of those ingredients that you got to be exact. It's basically, this is just a kind of lubricant to transfer the heat from the saute pan to the vegetables. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my onions in here, and according to the recipe, we are going to saute them until they are fragrant. And of course, in addition to the onions, we're going to also throw in the garlic. So we're going to saute that for a couple minutes, and we'll go on from there. I'll catch up to you when we start going on this. Alright, starting to get there now. See what I mean about the olive oil, and basically not being, the quantity not being that critical. You don't even see it in there anymore. It's funny, when I was a kid, I was never really an onion fan, and I still really am not, but I've become, I think, a little bit more tolerant, and it is sort of a staple in a lot of the recipes I make. Funny how that works, huh? Alright, we're going to let this cook for a little bit more, keep it moving, and then I'll catch up with you in a few minutes. Alright, a little bit of time has gone by. The onions and garlic are now very well sauteed, got a nice kind of brown color to them, and they're very, very fragrant, so that's good. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to add in our chicken, which is about 2 pounds of it. Like I said, I've doubled this recipe, so there's a little bit more of that. And we're also going to throw in our Cajun spices. And once again, this is the thyme, the cayenne pepper, and the paprika. And I'm going to mix that all in real well, get that nice stirred up, and this should be pretty good. We're going to go for about 3 minutes on this, and we'll continue from there. I've said this before, and I'll say it again. There are times that I wish YouTube had the ability to transmit smells, because this smells terrific. Okay, a couple minutes have gone by, about 3 minutes. Now we're going to add our chicken broth. And I'm going to add a couple of tablespoons of our tomato sauce. And pardon me, I'm kind of balancing this with my hand and also balancing the camera at the same time. So got that in there. We're going to kind of mix it all up. basically to dissolve all the tomato paste, not tomato sauce. I'm sorry, I misspoke. It's tomato paste. It's what you do to paste your tomatoes together when you break them, right? Get all the stuff that's stuck to the side here in there because we want it all. It's going to be really, really good. And I think we're getting pretty good now. Alright, one final little stir here, get everything ready to go. And now we're going to add our peppers, our bell peppers, and our rice. Get that all in there, get it all mixed up. And this is gonna be good. You can tell already. We got a little rubber scraper here. Let's make sure we got everything into the concoction here. Don't want anything stuck to the side, right? Alright, I think that's good to go here. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to put our lid on, but I think the first thing I got to do is get the spoon out of there because the lid won't work very well if you got the spoon on there. It doesn't make a good seal when you do that. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to press the cancel button to turn off the saute mode, and then we're going to press the pressure cook or manual button. Some of your Instant Pots have the manual button. We're going to set the timer for 20 minutes. And we're going to be at high pressure, which we already are. And we're going to come back in 20 minutes, and this should be pretty close to being ready. Alright, so our 20 minutes has gone by. I've talked about the different types of ways of releasing pressure. There's two different types. We've talked about them before. It's quick release and natural release. This one's going to use a combination of the two. So basically what's happened is the heat has been turned off on the Instant Pot, and the pressure is going to naturally release for, in this case, about 10 minutes, and then we're going to quick release the rest of it. So I'll catch up with you in about 10 minutes and we'll quick release what's left. Okay, another 10 minutes has gone by, and we are going to now quick release the rest of the pressure. This is usually the point where I usually love, because at this point we get a first idea of what this is going to smell like. And it smells really good. And there we go, our pressure is released. Let's open up the lid. Once again, watch out for the steam and condensation that's going to be in there. Oh yeah, that looks good. Let's give that a good little stir here, and this should be ready to go. See, I was thinking it was going to be more soupy, but the rice really absorbed all of the liquid, and so it just looks like it's a chicken and rice dish. Looking forward to trying this. All right, taste test time. Like I said, this looks really good, smells really good. I'm expecting good things out of this. That was just rice, so I'm going to get a nice chunk of chicken here. But it's got good flavor. I love the cayenne flavor on it. You can definitely taste the paprika. It's got a good flavor. I'm actually kind of surprised how good this is. I'm generally not a fan of bell peppers, but they're in there, and it isn't overwhelming, so that's a good thing. Let's try this chunk of chicken. That's very good too. I was a little concerned the chicken might be a little dry, but it's nice and moist, nice and tender. This is really a good deal, a good meal. I think that this will be a very filling thing too. A lot of times, some of the things you get aren't terribly filling, but this has got some good substance to it. A lot of rice, a lot of the bell pepper and the onions and the meat is going to be a really good combination. So definitely recommend this one. I'm going to put this one on the recipe in the description below. Check it out if you're interested. And I think that's all that I have for today. So thank you as always for watching, and I'll see you next time on Escaping the Mouse. Bon appetit.